We are live. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Hashtag no fear on the tubes or out in the world. Keep loving one another. Keep helping one another, no matter what we're being told. Take all the precautions you need. Don't be careless, but still reach out and help those in need. That's always the right thing to do. Hello to everybody who comes by, and hello to everybody who may or may not, for whatever your reasons, watch and or listen to the replay. God bless each and every one of you. Hello, Twin Crow. Good to see you. Come on in. I got my tea. Just thought I'd take a moment to have a little chance to hang with all of you. Been quarantined and cooped here with my daughter. She's been having a good time. Hey, fool me not. How you doing? Good to see you. Much love to you too, Twin Crow. That's right. Thank you for being here with me today. Paranormal Underworld, hello. How are you? We're just chilling. I got my tea. And I'm telling people to not have any fear. Hashtag no fear. Spread it far, spread it wide. Every live stream, every chat, every comment section, every video. The one message of people of every faith needs to have right now said to them is no fear. Do not fear what's going on either here in the tubes or out in the world. That's something we can all agree on. That's right, no fear. Well, fool me not, thank you for coming by. I love you. Thank you. Pray on, sir. Pray on. Hello, White Wolf. Good to see you. Thank you, Paranormal Underworld. Best we can. God is still good. I've still got a lot to be grateful for. Got what we need. May not have everything we want, but got what we need, and that's all we need is what we need. So we're doing good. Love you too very much, fool me not. Thank you. Make sure you catch Richie's that he's dropped today too. And show him lots of love. And Richie even said no fear in one of his videos today. How about that? So the big guy himself, and I shared that out. Hashtag no fear. Richie himself said no fear today in one of his videos. White Wolf, you're in no danger than any more than normal. Just take usual precautions that you would against protecting any communicable disease. Use whatever precautions you feel appropriate, but don't let that stop you ever from doing the right thing and helping someone out. Like I said yesterday in my stream, if you need to wear a body condom and a respirator, do it. But whatever you got to do, help other people. Be safe, but help other people. Do I endorse hugging people? I absolutely do. If you know you're with your own that is not exposed, then what danger is there? I'll never be anti-hugging. But when it comes to strangers that you don't know, and you don't know what anybody else has, use your own good judgment, use your own healthy lifestyles and precautions, and judge that as it comes. But certainly, everyone needs love and support and help in this time. So please, be the kind of person who does the right thing, despite what's being preached from the news and the media, and whoever else. Still love one another, and still act like it. Thank you. Michelangelo, hello! Praise the Lord. Good to see you, brother. Pray on. Good to see you. Remember, hashtag no fear. No weapon formed against us will prosper, Michael. How about that? How you doing, sir? Michael, you just missed Fool Me Not, another one of our Richie peeps. Thank you for joining me. We're just here to... Oh, cool, White Wolf, cool. We're just here to have a nice, chill, safe place for people to go that's free of hatred. That's right, no fear. That's right. Spread it far, spread it wide. Michael Ritchie today himself said no fear in one of his videos. Mr. Mike Decker said no fear in his latest live stream. I know, I was there. So let it be spread. David Yates was in my live stream yesterday, Michael. And he also agrees, no fear. Make sure you show David and Mike Decker. The two channels I'm shouting out this week are Mike Decker, the ranting, raving chemtrail evidence plane gathering photo ninja with the Nikon P900, Bighorn Mountain Sky King of Worland, Wyoming. Please show love and support to my beautiful friend, Mike Decker, and Mr. David Yates. Well, that's okay, Michael. Thank you. We're shouting them out loud and proud. That's okay. Just chill out. You never know who might come to a Nez live stream. If you come in peace, even if you're someone who's blocked on your primary channel, but you still want to come in and be part of a peaceful stream, make another channel. Come on in. Let's see what you got. You got something worth sharing? Then bring it. If not, keep it to yourself and those who enjoy those not so good things. Because that ain't here. Thank you, everybody. I've had a good day so far with my daughter. She's been having fun. It's hard on children that get used to, going to school and running around with their friends and stuff. And, there's no substitute for that here. There's no play area that's fenced in and safe and appropriate for young children, especially special needs children who have a tendency to run, which a lot of autism children tend to do. So unless I have help, I can't just take her to wide open spaces. She'll run and run. And I am not a runner. I'm an endurance person, but not in the running. When I say I love someone, and when I commit forever, you bet I mean it. Now more than ever I mean it. Oh, is it messed up? That's okay. You're still here. You're here with all of us. At the end of each day, no matter how rough things get, we still each have a lot to be thankful for. Now, don't we? Reach out to your, not just your fellow YouTubers, but to people around you with a phone call. You don't have to do it in person, but check up on one another, okay? It doesn't cost you, and you're not going to catch anything over the phone, I promise. Check up on people. It doesn't hurt to check in with people that you love and care about. If you love them so damn much, or sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but if you love them, show it. For heaven's sake, show it. That's okay. The time for angry words and all that goes with that is past. Let's focus on some love, please. Oh, I know, and I bet you there'll be a lot more glitches and stuff with people with the internet as time goes on here. And they'll make some excuse to take the internet away until time that we all comply with something crazy if we want to have internet. So watch for that one coming. Hey, Angel Bulldog, I almost called you today, honey, but I had a few other phone calls. But I was thinking of you, and I was praying for you. And I caught up to you in a few comment sections too, Angel. How you doing, sweetheart? Today, I still want my standing order of homemade mac and cheese, a side of greens, unsweetened iced tea, and pecan pie. Angel, I'm looking in your direction. I don't think FedEx is going to get that to me quite in time to eat it, but well, so there's that. That's still what sounds good right now. What kind of pictures we got? Okay. Narrow. Oh no, it's wide as God's love for us all. It's just open wide. You could advertise on it, Angel, really, but what can you do? Here's my yellow daffodil of hope I did in a live stream maybe 2 months ago. I've got some other florals. Here's what I did last night in Nez Studios, having fun with my art. Me looking at a great big moonrise. And I think the Little Dipper. Or the Big Dipper, I'm not sure. And the abstract back there is one by my daughter Diana. And behind that, we've got a stoner painting hiding back there. I like to have his artwork around me too. That's right. Love, peace, and no fear. Don't be afraid of anything on the tubes or off. Yes, Angel, so please keep praying for him, and that's why I've tried to show him support as soon as he dropped it. I was firsties a few times, I think, today. If he don't know I love him and I'm praying for him, I don't know what, but he knows. And when he said no fear in one of his videos, Angel, I knew. I knew he knew that he knew I love him, and I'm carrying forward that message, and I'm glad he is too. Well, put yourself in Richie's place, you know. It's scary to be out in the world, let alone being Richie. Praying for us all, that's right. That's right. Pray without ceasing. And that doesn't mean you have to memorize a bunch of fancy words. Just, prayer is communication with God Almighty. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. He wants to hear from you. Now, yes, he knows everything you're thinking and what you're doing. You're not going to do or say or think a thing that he don't know about. Trust me, trust me. But he wants you to put the effort to communicate with him. Well, who doesn't want someone to communicate with them that there's supposed to be love there, right? If you love God and you know he loves you, he loves us all, he made us all. Tell him what you think. You don't have to be formal with the Almighty. Just be honest. If you think you're the first person to come along and be angry with God or have something to say or have issue, have at it. Let him hear whatever you've got to say. But when you're done, come at him out of love and respect still and hear what he's got to say to you. You talk to him, he will communicate with you one way or the other, I promise. A lot of people are having tech problems today. But we're still here. And I'm glad we're still here. It's nice to be here with all of you. I love that daffodil. I've got my tea today. I splashed just a little bit of juice in with it, so it's got a little fruity flavor. I like it. What's for dinner tonight, Angel? I know you're not having what I want. Well, anything you make, I'm sure is something I want, but I'm sure you're not making mac and cheese and greens tonight, right? Well, you might be. Well, what's on the menu tonight, Angel? Is it baby back ribs and cornbread and again greens? You can have greens with every meal. You know that, Angel? I could just eat greens. I would. I'd be happy with just a bowl of greens right now. A little malt vinegar on the side. Sausage, broccoli, potato, and cheese soup. Ooh, that sounds good. I might let you keep the sausage and just have the broccoli, potato, and cheese soup. I think I'm heading back towards more of a vegetarian and low carb and gluten-free kind of diet. That just works for me. Thank you all for being here with me. Thank you so much. It is a bit chilly and rainy here today, too. Yep. It certainly is. I might take you over and sit down at the table by the sliding glass doors and chill out with you for a little bit. That sounds like fun. But I had to show the beautiful colors from the artwork, and I wanted to look at and share that daffodil today. I had to sketch that from just a postage stamp size photograph that I found while searching Google Images on my phone. And so I sketched it out as best I could and filled it out during the live stream, because I had no device extra to work from for a reference. So that's where that beautiful daffodil came from. Daffodil means hope and reconciliation, and that's something that's very near and dear to me right now, having the hope and desiring reconciliation where it's needed. I don't know. I haven't looked. I can't just get out and go. Diana and I are the only ones here. I have to wait until she's in bed sleeping before I can, feasibly at least go take the trash out with her. Because if she sees me leave, she can walk right behind me. I don't need her doing anything crazy while she's up and awake. And, what are you going to do? You got to take the trash out, but I can't have her up and around doing that. So I got to wait till she goes to bed. Cousin Margie, hi there, dear. Good to see you. Come on in. I got a message from K-Dog earlier. He said he's going to go live. So that might be a stream worth checking out. Go check out K-Dog when he's... I think Bad News Billy's going to join him. And he's one of our mods. K-Dog and Bad News Billy are both mods for me. And we love them very much. So at least drop in and say hi to him and show love and support when K-Dog goes live later. If you would, please. Thank you. And remember K-Dog in your prayers, too. Thank you so much for being here. Remember hashtag no fear. Spread it far and spread it wide. Mike Decker's behind it. Richie's behind it. What more do you need? David Yates is behind it. And many good people are behind it. Feel free to throw that up on your titles of your videos and your live streams. Because everybody needs to hear that. Thank you so much, Margie. I'm glad you're here. Oh, that Diana. She's full of it. She's running around like some kind of nut. But she's happy. Again, kids, this is kind of hard on them because they're used to, doing what they want to do as far as playing and running around in the playground at school and there's no place like that right here where we're at. So that means we're indoors. I can't feasibly keep up with her with no boundaries. That's dangerous, and I'm not going to do that. Unless her dad was here, that's another story, but even so, he isn't exactly able to keep up with her all that well either. I mean, shoot, we're both 48. We're both, not in the greatest of health. Let's go. Diana's assembled her animals on the floor. Apparently they're having a picnic. They're on a blanket. I don't know. She makes these little worlds. I don't know how to explain it. Let's open up this curtain. Get a little light in here. Here's my drink. She's been eating good for me today. She's already plowed through some tomatoes. That little girl loves tomatoes. Hey, Punchy, how you doing? Punchy, 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 keep punching away, Punchy. How you doing, lady? We'll have more fun with my art tonight. Anytime between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what I'm thinking. That may change, but for the time being, that's all I know. So, there's the neighbor. We can take turns looking at the neighbor. Whom do we have here? Some workers in a truck. Be mindful of what goes on in your neighborhood. Who's creeping around? Who's in official-looking vehicles, Just keep an eye. Keep an eye. I know I am. If anybody's missed Richie's videos today, please go check it out and offer up some extra prayer for Richie. He's traveling. He's not at home. He's not in his home state. He's just show Richie some love. Yeah, there's a lot of people having weird glitchy electrical problems like that. Okay, who's this lady? Let's see, what is she doing? Can join me in a lore investigation. Legendary Ohio Research and Investigation. We watch all kinds of things. Let's see. Well, she's going back around the house. Okay. She's going in the house. Now, I don't know if this is somebody in an official capacity. I don't know. Food. Oh, are they delivering food? I can't read that from here. Watch, they'll be knocking on our doors here soon. If they come to the door, I'll stay live, and we'll live stream them coming to my door. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on here. I heard they were starting to deliver food in some places. But love and prayers to everyone joining me here and in the Lurking Lounge and watching the replay. God's blessings on you all. Yeah, keep an eye out, people. That's all I'm saying. Be aware of your surroundings. On the tubes and out in the world. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. You never know what you might learn. Connect with other people. If you've been friends with some people and you've known them for a while and you feel that connection, take it off the tubes. At least have a safe conversation somewhere that doesn't compromise your personal safety or your personal information. You know, an email is always a good way to go. Keep your head on a swivel. That's right. Keep the head on the swivel and keep that full armor on, Angel, at all times. That's right. What does Mike Decker say? Sons of bitches. You gotta watch out for them sons of bitches because they're everywhere. And who is Mike Decker, you might ask? Well, Mike Decker is my beautiful friend who's the ranting, raving, chemtrail evidence gathering photo ninja with the Nikon P900. Bighorn Mountain Sky King of Worland, Wyoming. I love him. And I can't wait to work on another painting featuring him and one of his beautiful dogs, Mr. Mike Decker. Show him lots of love and support. We're shouting his channel out, along with David Yates, the UK's #1 poet, and also a ranter and raver, an evidence gatherer of chemtrails and chemtrail planes, and proclaimer of the dangers that are around us with vaccinations, with radiation, propaganda. And he's an excellent poet. And he has many books available that he put together all himself on Amazon. Look up David Yates. He has poetry for every occasion, from children's to adults to erotica to epic poems. You want it, David's got it. Please show love and support to David Yates. He was with us yesterday in our live stream. Yes, he was. He's a sweetheart. Really, one of the most favorite people I've ever had the chance to connect with and get to know outside of a chat in a stream or in a comment section. You know, that's a real friend that I have. I haven't met him in person, but he's definitely a very real friend. Love the David Yates. Yes, Decker is great with a camera, as I'm sure with many other things. Why? Because he's a hero. And what makes a hero even sexier is when they don't want to be called a hero. Oh, baby, hit me with that humility. Don't tell me how great you are. Just be great. Let other people tell you how great you are. If you haven't learned that yet, come on now. Wake up to yourself. Goodness sakes. All right. Well, you have a great time doing laundry. I love you, Angel, and God willing, we'll talk again real soon. We're going to keep an eye on these people out here in the neighborhood. All right. Well, you guys keep an eye on things. I got to freshen my drink. I'll be right back. More unsweetened tea. Unsweetened tea. Let's see. What does that say? I can't quite read it. Roadside? I don't know. Road safe? Road safe, I think is what that says. Who the hell are they and why are they bothering these people next door? I've never heard of that company in my life. I've never seen this kind of vehicle in this neighborhood before. So that always raises a brow. Question the people that you haven't seen around your neighborhood in a while. What are they doing? What are they there for? Are they under quarantine? Why aren't they having to stay home? What are they doing right now? Ask the questions that you haven't been asking. Document stuff. Take video. Take pictures. Have a live stream. Do something. But here we are. It's hazy chemtrail shite up in the sky once again. Here in Illuminati, Freemasonic, quarantined, curfewed Newark, Ohio. Thank you one and all for being here. Remember to keep an eye out for K-Dog. I got a little text from him saying he was going to go live a little later, him and Bad News Billy. And we love them here in Nez Studios, so please do show them lots of love and support. I hope you guys are all having a good day, whether you're working or you're penned up in your homes. Hope you're being safe. And I hope you're making the best of the time you got. If you're stuck home, now's the time to do some things that maybe you didn't have time to do before. Particularly regarding one another. Talk to some people that you haven't talked to in a while. If you got some good friends that maybe you have some unfinished business with. Maybe an old dispute that needs settled. Maybe you need to work something out with somebody that's been left unattended to for a while. Try working on that if you feel led to. But whatever you do, come out of love. You can't come to a negotiation table swinging and angry and spitting garbage, because nobody wants that. Let's see the love. If there's love there, let's see it. Prove it. People can say all kinds of things, can't they? Doesn't make it true. Remember, not everybody who gets our attention and has our ear is being honest with you. Nor do they necessarily have your best interests in mind. And if they're talking smack to you about other people or other things, you can bet they're doing the same to you behind your back. And I think all of us here are old enough to know that to be true. Yes, stay safe, Angel. Angel, do you use 20 Mule Team Borax? My mother used to. That just sounds like something Angel might do. That's what Mother would use when she did her laundry. And she had white nurses' uniforms. And she used the bluing. She used borax. She used whatever she could use to get those things sparkling white. And I always used to insist, back in the 70s, when I was a child, that she'd wear her hat. Not a lot of nurses wear their hat. But for some reason, as a child, I always insisted that my mother wear her hat. Well, she earned it, And they're a pain in the butt. If you've ever seen some nurses' hats, it's like a piece of fabric, and you have to pin it into place and into shape, and it's just a big to-do. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to wear some nurses' caps. But I say it's worth it. One of my jobs as a child was polishing her nursing shoes, which means sitting my butt at my grandma's organ bench with newspapers in place to avoid a mess, with the appropriate rags. And I probably shouldn't have been doing that as a child, breathing in those fumes, but I did it anyway because I wanted to. And I would clean up and polish those nursing shoes. Yes, I loved doing that. That was a good time. I did. I totally did. If anybody has any positive channels they want to shout out, if anybody has any links to any good information that people need right now, please go ahead and share those links and shout that information out. There's a lot going on this street today. Usually it's pretty quiet. I still don't know what that truck is. Road safe. And we saw a worker get out of that and go into that house. But they have not come back out yet. Okay, who's this person? I don't know. They got a lanyard on and they were in an unmarked vehicle. Beware of people with lanyards in unmarked vehicles. Not everybody announces who they are or where they go. Hello, Ox. How you doing? Lots of love to you, big brother. How you going? What's going on? What's for dinner tonight, Ox? You having a crab boil? Get the Old Bay seasoning out. Angel's doing her laundry, Ox. Fish and pizza. Wow, that kind of sounds interesting. That's a combo I haven't heard before. That's new to me, Ox. Okay. Will there be fish on the pizza, or are you having fish alongside pizza? How's that working out? You might have to give me some more information. Okay, Ms. Lanyard in unmarked vehicle is getting back in her unmarked vehicle. Thank you for joining me on this lore investigation right here in my own home. Ah. Yeah, what kind of craving is that? Okay, they're going down a side street. Are they going to get... Oh, she's going into that driveway. Are we turning around? Are we going in? What's going on? Okay, she's turning around. Keep an eye out. Keep those eyes out. Yeah, the pregnant days are over for me. Thank you. Oh my goodness. And I didn't crave anything strange or stereotypical for pregnant women to crave when I was pregnant, both with my son and my daughter. Oh, they're lazy in the freezer. Okay, lazy freezer food. Okay, well, I understand now, Ox. I sprechen zilingity. Fish and pizza. You could start a restaurant chain, Ox, after if the quarantine never ends. You can have a fish and pizza emporium. All kinds of seafood, all kinds of pizza, all in one spot. That might go over. People eat other kinds of things alongside their pizza. They'll have chicken wings. Why can't you have a basket of deep fried fish along with that pizza? Why not? Why is it okay for chicken but not for fish? Think about that. Okay, fool me not. Oh no! Now you had to go and talk like the Brentar with the circus peanut propaganda. Come on now. Why don't you stick those in a blender with some ice cream and have a circus peanut smoothie? Oh God, that just sounds like a bad time all the way around. Make sure to top it off with a black licorice reduction. Drizzle that right over the top. Drizzle it on your pizza. Ah, the road people are moving. They're backing up down the road. Now, I can't say I saw anybody get back into that vehicle. What's going on? White gravy with pineapple rum cocktail. Okay. Ox, that just sounds like somewhere I don't want to go. I'll take the fish and pizza. Thank you very much. I'll put the fish on my pizza before I go there. Oh, I know. I know. What's going on? What are you doing there, strange truck? Well, how you guys all doing? Is everybody okay? I'm not sure what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. I still have some leftovers I can make. I've got a salmon patty I can heat up and have as a sandwich if I want to. And Diana enjoyed them when I made them yesterday for her and her dad, so maybe I'll give her the rest of that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even care about eating at this point. You know, seriously, I've got more than enough that I'm okay. I'm just concerned for Diana, and I like to make food for my son when he's here, and I like to make food for Diana's dad when he is able to eat, so I haven't heard from him today. You said something about being kicked off the beach, Ox. Yes, I read your comments in your video earlier, in your comment section, in your comment stream. Speaking of comment stream, where's Billy? I love Billy. Where's he at? Love and prayers to Billy, wherever he's at. Well, Margie, if you haven't, that's great, but it's coming. So, as calmly as you can, Margie, make sure you got what you need. Okay, we got another truck with the. Who are you? Where'd that one come from? See these little sneaky sons of bitches, like Mike Decker says? What are they up to? Mm-hmm. But yes, do keep your wits about you, and do stock up a few items for trading and bartering, because not everybody's going to be able to get to the store. And those creature comforts, boy, if I had some chocolate to trade right now, if I had some trade items, I'd be trading up and down the hallway here with some people, but I didn't get to acquire everything I needed for that. Yes, sons of bitches, that's right, fool me not. Oh. Oh, love and prayers to Mr. Mike Decker. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Not enough mms and to describe Mr. Decker. I hope he lets me come up on panel with one of his live streams one time. That'd be fun. And I cannot wait for him to come to Nez Studios and watch me start his painting out by drawing it out. Aha, ah, yes, they're putting up new 5G poles. Not a thing wrong with the fairly new poles that are up and down this street, but given to what they're up to. See these workers? They're working towards putting up 5G. That's what all this is about, right there in front of you. Don't believe me? Look it up. We're not being quarantined for some virus. We're being quarantined because work needs done that they don't need people up and around and seeing them doing. If you're still thinking that the elected officials are acting out of our very best interests in everything they do, you are sadly mistaken. And again, research will reveal that to be true. We got 3 trucks here now. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, observing the putting up of poles for 5G right here in Illuminati, Freemasonic, creepy ass, earthwork laden, quarantined, and curfewed Newark, Ohio. You know, I haven't seen any emergency vehicles come through here escorting people from their home into an ambulance. I haven't seen any bodies piling up. I haven't seen anything like that. And our hospital here, I thought there's a tent, a single tent outside, but it's a smoking tent. It's not a coronavirus checkup tent or a quarantine tent. It's just a smoking tent, like some workplaces do. But there is no tent hospital and overrun hospital here in Newark, Ohio because of all the virus patients. Not a bit. That's right, sons of bitches. Thank you all for joining me. I'm looking forward to having fun with my art this evening, as is tradition. Someone got me doing that a long time ago, and I'm still glad to be doing it. And I'm still thankful to that person for helping me get back into my art and pulling me out of the depression that I was in at the time. I'm not there anymore. I still struggle with depression, but I'm not in a dark hole of depression like I once used to be. My life has gotten better, and really, my life is improved in many ways. I'm not in the shitty predicament that I was in. Things have gotten so much better. So I'd say my life is going pretty good. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're keeping an eye on those sons of bitches out there, whatever they're doing, putting up the 5G poles. If anybody has any prayer requests, throw them out there. Send them to my email. I know my Richie peeps, like Fool Me Not, are certainly happy to pray for people. If you don't want to tell me, tell him. Tell Angel Bulldog. There's a prayer warrior for you right there. Oh, baby. You betcha. Tell Donna Shaw. There's another praying lady right there. She's happy, more than happy to take prayer requests. Look her up. Shout at Donna. Give her your prayer requests. She's happy to pray for you. Not happy with any of those choices? I can keep giving them to you because I know a lot of people who are happy to pray for you and your loved ones. Absolutely. And it doesn't matter who believes what. If you don't believe in the power of prayer, I'm sorry. I know it works for me. And I know it works for a lot of people. Love and prayers to Donna Shaw. Aw, I just got a nice little message from her. There we go. Keep an eye on those people over there. We're still here. Don't freak out, everybody. We're still here. That's right. Hashtag no fear. Spread it far, spread it wide. Richie himself said it today, and so did Mr. Mike Decker in his live stream here of recent. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? I got little Diana here with me. Diana, Diana. still here. We're still here. Yep, internet is busy. We're here. No glitches that aren't expected, really. We're going to keep on going. Why? Because I feel good about being here with all of you. And as long as I in my body, I'm going to keep doing what I can to be here with you. Wow, I bet, Ox. I bet it was standing room only in that. Holy cow. Again, I'm not much into the video game thing. I used to play Sid Meier's Civilization. That's really one of my favorite all-time video games. And I know that's a computer game more than it is, I don't think there's really anything for a console anymore. 27-minute wait just to log in. Yeah, no thank you. I'd rather eat fish and pizza. I'd rather put fish on my pizza than wait in that line. Oh my goodness, Ox. But nice video today, Ox. Thank you very much. Ox, I got a message from K-Dog, and I think him and Bad News Billy might be going live a little bit later today. So if they do, make sure you pop on in and show some love and support. And if nothing else, at least keep an eye out. You never know who might pop into a K-Dog stream. Now we have 4 vehicles here joining in the task of putting up those 5G towers. Or 5G telephone pole type things. The towers are up. The poles need put up, and that's what they're doing. Now, Ox, the experience I got from watching his replay was that he was not contributing to the hate that was being strewn around by a very specific, small number of people. I took his response to be a positive, and he carried on with his live stream. I watched, and I didn't necessarily catch anything coming out of his mouth that was hateful. In fact, I commended him for doing a good job and not letting the people steer his what he was trying to do into turning it into something negative. That much, I appreciate. I'm sorry about whatever was said regarding you, Ox, but you know who said it, and if you also notice, nobody was jumping on that bandwagon. There was not one person that those hateful people recruited to their way of thinking. And credit to those people. Look at all those workers. Yeah, Ox, sorry, I don't remember the whole chat, but I did watch the replay, and I did read through. But do I think K-Dog has hatred towards you? Ox, no, I don't. I don't think K-Dog's wired that way. But I think, Ox, that some people just don't say things sometimes because there's a time and a place, and some people just may not feel comfortable, doing what they need to do and saying no to that stuff.
tomato.
Oh my goodness, the tomato. Okay, you guys spy on them. Keep these sons of bitches in your line of sight, like Mr. Mike Decker says. Watch them. Watch them.
Orange.
Okay, let's go give tomato an orange. I'll be right back. Tomato. Let's have a tomato. 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 There you go, Linda. Eat tomato. Eat like an apple. She is amazing. She eats so much of her produce just raw, which is good. That's the way we're supposed to eat it. Oh, FedEx, what are you bringing? Oh, I'm not coming this way. Yeah, I agree, Ox. That was uncalled for. He spoke way out of turn. I do not know him personally, nor do I want to, except for when he did make a personal phone call to my phone, and I've never given him my number, so that means somebody gave him the number. And he left very nasty, hateful, abusive type messages on my phone, which I still have proof of. So, how can you write someone out of your life when they've never been a part of it? So, anything that person had to say, throw that right out the window. Don't know them, don't want to. Oh, and to correct something from yesterday as well, I don't believe I ever said go around hugging people with reckless abandon to endanger yourself or anyone else. I'm simply saying care about people. We're being told by many loud voices on the radio, on the tubes, uh, on the TV to turn your back on people. Don't help people. I'm saying go ahead and help people and take whatever precautions you need to. Like I said, wear a body condom if you need to, wear a respirator, drown yourself in sanitizer if needs be. But still, step up and do the right thing. You don't have to touch anybody. That's wonderful, Ox, and thank you for doing that. So yeah, people can stop telling their lies and all of that. Nobody's doing that to any. I'm not doing that to any of them. And the more hate that the hate mongers put out, they're making it very clear who's doing it and who's not. The more lies they tell as we live our lives, people can see what is true and what is not if you just but look around you and listen. But yes, yeah, don't know the man, don't want to know the man. Save when he called my phone out, and that's outside of the tubes, which was uncalled for. Right, and that's ultimately going to get them nothing but bad. If you're putting, again, if you are putting out negative energy in any way, shape, or form, it will come back to you. And not because I say so, but because that's how life works. Whatever you put out there into the world will come back to you. And maybe not from the same direction, maybe from somewhere unexpected. But there is balance and there is justice. Call it karma, call it whatever you want, but it still works the same way. So be mindful of what energy you put out into the world and what you give people. Well, like Catfish says, I ain't giving up now. And when I say that, I mean I'm going to keep loving, I'm going to keep praying, I'm going to keep trying my best to help people as I've found people that I can help. Cranking me up, oh my goodness. Oh. What ox? Billy what? Okay, I didn't quite understand that, Ox, but you don't have to expound on it here if you don't want to. Oh, yeah, Billy. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Oh, well, I'm still here, so there's always a reason for them to have some kind of negative thing to say or do. Certainly. Why, just look at case, look at the live stream from yesterday, not mine. There was still time to try and that's terrible to jump into someone's live stream and do that. That's called shit stirring, and that's called lying, and that's called spreading negative. And praise God for the people who were in that stream yesterday who had enough. They didn't like it. They voiced they didn't like it. And God bless them for it. Don't be afraid to say no when those sons of bitches come into a live stream you happen to be at and they start doing that. Say no to it. Tell the host or hostess of the stream that you don't like it. You have a right to do that. And if you're a moderator and they don't have a wrench, you have every right to handle them as the person running the stream has allowed you to run them. Don't be afraid to use that wrench. That's the kind of BS none of us want in our streams. I don't. Unless you want a negative drama hate stream, then please invite them all. But I won't be there. And I hope none of you will either. That's right, sons of bitches. Well, Ox, like I said, my faith requires me to forgive them, and I do. My faith requires me to love them, and I do. That's unconditional love right there. The ones who spit vomit and hate and nasty and poison and all kinds of garbage at you, love them anyway. Love them right back. You're getting used to light traffic. We'll get used to being their checkpoints here soon too, asking for your papers. Like I said, it'll be like every movie that you've ever seen with it. Papers, papers, please. Yeah, uh-huh. Too many good things to be thankful for and appreciative of. Lots of good, positive content out there still to be enjoyed. Oh, yeah. Now more than ever, it's important to support those positive channels that don't tolerate that kind of negative in their streams. And if you moderate for a positive channel, do your best to not let that garbage in and give it any leeway. Again, respect the wishes of your host or hostess, because it's their world. But in so doing, do the best job you can do and get rid as you can get rid. That'll be next, Docs. Yeah, watch that happen. This truly is a day where nothing's really surprising anymore, isn't it? It is as low as some people go. Darn if they don't rent a ditch witch and dig themselves even lower. The thing about going low is you can only go down so far before you hit rock bottom. And then what are you going to do? Well, hello, Jim Brentar. How's that writing going? One half of Super Jim is here. The other half is at work, I'm assuming. But he sends his love. I already heard from Mr. Adams today. He's doing well. Sends his love. Hello to you and Mary Kay. It is a fear campaign, and it's trying to stretch out onto the tubes, and I say no to all of it. Say no to the fear. Wonderful, Jim Brentar. Congratulations. For those of you who don't know, Jim is multi-talented, not just musically and artistically. and as well as making his videos and doing his live streams. But he also is a writer, like our good friend David Yates. Now, I haven't seen Jim. I've seen Jim write songs, and I've seen Jim write like what he's working on right now with a novel and writing like that. Jim, do you write poetry? Maybe you can regale us with some of your poetry, if there be any Jim Brentar poetry. Now, song lyrics are poetry, really, in a way, when you think about it. But if you have some poetry you've never shared before, Jim, I'd love to hear it. Nothing like having a poet for a pen pal. Boy, anybody who knows what to say at any given time, it's a poet, and Mr. David Yates is no exception. Just love the David. It was so nice to see him yesterday. Since he's someone who's a good friend and I can trust, I might actually give the man my new number so we can have a conversation in real time, the way real friends should. When you don't have a face-to-face or a voice-to-voice real-time conversation, that makes it so much easier for things to be misinterpreted, miscommunicated, or just not brought up altogether. People who lie and hide things don't want you to see their face, don't want you to hear their voice. Just take the words, and words can be taken out of context. Between that and autocorrect not working properly and talk to text, a lot of things can get pretty effed up. Oh my goodness, Ox. Get your wife talking that way now, come on. You gotta live with the lady. She knows where you live, she knows when you sleep. She gets your coffee, for goodness sake. You might get the ass finger put in the coffee one of those days, Ox. You better watch it. Keep your head out of swivel. I would love to meet your wife, Ox. Who is the woman that puts up with the Ox? Let me meet that lady. Let me shake her hand. And don't worry, I don't have coronavirus, so I'm not going round spreading it. For all the talk, do mandatory testing. You know, put up or shut up. You're going to accuse people of walking around carrying something? Test them. Test everybody. And it doesn't have to be invasive. Test them. See if we really are all carriers or not. Let's back that up. I don't see any mandatory testing going on, which is what should be done logically first. Test people and see if they have it. See if they're a carrier. If they're not, leave them the F alone. If they are, then treat them. People in isolation, if they are sick with anything, are just going to be sick in their house, waiting to spread to whoever comes to their house. Or whenever they leave their house, take it out into the world. Testing is what should be done. Put an end to the speculation. Put an end to the propaganda and the hype and the fear and the paranoia. And everybody's a carrier. Are we? Well, we were doing just fine before all this happened. Please continue to do your own research and see what the real numbers are. What mandates being labeled an epidemic and a pandemic and what does not. And measure those numbers of cases with what's really going on. Honking at you, why? Because you were out in the world going to a store with your son? Wow. Well, Ox, don't worry. Whatever they cooked up, they certainly have a cure standing by, and they're waiting to give us all mandatory injections. So say no to that injection. There ain't nothing in that injection that those of us, especially that aren't carriers, need to have in our body. Hate to tell you, children, but most people that are in charge in some way, shape, or form, in a governmental capacity, even at the civic level, are not working in our best interest. That is an opinion, Mr. Ox. I do not say things just because I watch Richie from Boston. I've done a lot of research over the years, sir. Books, not just videos on YouTube. Talking to people, professionals in the field. I've kept my eyes open. And what I see is what I see, and I'm not the only one who sees it. Ox, things are going to play out the way they're going to play out. But I do believe that our story not only has a happy ending, but a new beginning. Things aren't always going to be this way, no matter how bad they get. And as much negative has been put out into the world is going to respond. The planet Earth, the flat plane of Earth, whatever you think Earth is, it's alive, and it's going to certainly give back what it's been given. Absolutely. Okay, let's go get an orange. Keep an eye on those sons of bitches for me. We're going to get the baby an orange. Orange! Ready for an orange? Orange! Baby, see my baby, see my baby. There you go, baby. Go have your orange. I cannot keep enough fresh produce around this child. She is just consuming it, and God bless her. I did, fool me not, I did. I believed a lot of stuff that we all as a species have been taught across the board. David! Oh, I love you too. I gotta say hello to David Yates. Oh, David, I'll record a personal video for you, upload it, and send you the private link for just you here real soon. I love you, David. I love Debbie, love your family, and I love those beautiful dogs. I love you, David. Drop Mr. Decker an email. Oh, I used to believe the space stuff too. You know, I was into all of that. You bet. If once upon a time. But I learned. I learned by asking questions. I learned by doing research. I'm not just sitting here saying stuff and believing stuff without any foundation to believe such. And what I've learned, I can't unlearn. There's just not a lot of people who are that interested or believe there's a reason to question those who are in charge of this or that. And I'm telling you, question those people that are in charge of this or that. They're just people. Just because someone has a degree or a uniform doesn't make them a good person or a moral person or someone working in the best interest of you or your loved ones. Certainly not. They just make more money doing it and have job security. David, thank you for coming in. I love you. Oh, David, I'm going to be so happy to finally have a moment's peace and just make that little video for you. You bet. Right, and that's, that's people. And if people do that to you in the laity in just everyday life, how much more are the people who have any kind of power tempted, as we all are, to take advantage of that power and that position and to further their own agendas? as well as an agenda of someone who may be over them. Come on now. Human nature is not that hard to figure out. It's the same everywhere. Someone in service to someone else that betters them in their situation, with money, with things, with positions of power. It's an old game, and a lot of us have been getting played for a long time. And that makes me mad. And that makes David Yates mad. And that makes anybody with any sense mad when you realize the shit we've been fed about so much in this life. And it's okay. Being deceived doesn't make you stupid, doesn't make you laugh, someone that needs to be laughed at. You can deceive someone, but that person is still them and doesn't make them a bad person for being deceived. The one who's the bad person is the one who's doing the deceiving. So don't be ashamed if you find things out that you thought weren't true. Okay? This life, our existence, at its core, is a spiritual one. We have a body, we have a mind, and we have a soul and spirit. Those are all very real. And more people need to be acknowledging the spiritual side of things instead of blowing it off, instead of deferring it with humor, or mocking it instead of taking it seriously. It certainly does, Fulminat. It certainly does. Thank you, Fulminat. As we go through this life, keep your eyes open. Keep your mind open, not to let go of, your core morality and spiritual beliefs that are you're trying to do good things. Don't let go of that, but keep your mind open to learn something that maybe you didn't know before, to see something or someone, even if you've known them or known about them for a long time. Look into it. Look into them. See what you find. You can hear whatever you want from whoever tells you, but only you can go research and find things out for your own self. No one can do your homework for you, but you. If your main motivation to not act and not question is to just go along and keep the peace, then shame on you. That's the passive pussy way, for lack of a better way of putting it. We all have a right to live as the way we were intended to live, free and happy and healthy in an unpoisoned, untainted, unilluminatied world. But that's not what we've got right now. We've got exactly that. And day to day is about survival. And our spiritual survival takes precedent, because that dictates what we do in the physical. If you've got an evil heart, you're going to do evil deeds. True? Or is that just speculation? Now is the time. Today's the day to have no fear and to continue helping out people who need help in whatever way you can do that, should you be moved to do so. Like I said, I am not endorsing anyone to put their own health at risk, but I am endorsing people to be careful as they feel they need to be, and still do the right thing. If there's a law telling you to turn your back on someone, go against it, for goodness sake. The laws of man do not overrule the laws of the one who made us all. Baby, baby, baby! How's Diana? Diana! That's right, Fulminat. You know a tree by its fruit. If you hear somebody telling you something one way, but you see them doing something completely the opposite, then that's the time to raise the brow and look into matters for yourself. Don't spread rumors about that person. Look into it. Don't take their words out of context. Go to that person directly. Well, then look at the health of the tree. Is it good, healthy, positive? Is it benefiting the environment? Or is it sick, diseased, warped, twisted, and not benefiting anybody? Oh, Ox, I wish you and Bobby could do like a hangout. I think you guys would have a good talk. Popsicle? I don't think I have any popsicles. All right, please keep an eye on the neighbors and the goings on here. I'm going to see if I can dig out a popsicle for little miss here. You ate your vegetables. You ate your fruit. You ate your chicken. Come on. I don't think I got what you want, girlie. Here, this is the last of the popsicle. This is all I got. Don't make a big fat mess with it. Everybody still there? I found one last popsicle for that little sweetheart. She's been eating real good for me today. Well, yeah, I'm not talking about you necessarily, Ox. I'm talking about people who, in the face of bad things going on, just decide to turn away because they don't have the guts to face it. Ox, in all the time I've known you, you've not been that kind of person. Not the Ox that I know. Fool me not, I guess that would be true, wouldn't it? Yep, here we are, 5G poles going up. And there's nothing wrong with the poles that are up and down this street. They're quite new. Some of them are rather quite green. They're not old, decrepit poles up and down this street. I've walked by these poles many times. There's not a thing wrong with them. So they're not replacing faulty old poles, I promise you that. I disagree, Ox. There are certainly answers. And one of those answers is making the wrong choices. There's certainly accountability to be had for what's been going on and off the tubes. Oh, there's answers, but not everybody wants to hear those answers or give those answers or believe those answers. Thank you once again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. We're not going to go too much longer. I'm going to hang out a few more minutes. But that's not the world we live in, Ox, is it? No, the world we're in right now is in a very dark state, the darkest it's ever been. But you don't have to be part of that darkness. That's right. I love Blues Traveler, by the way. That's right. And what is prayer but communication with the one who made you, with the one who made all things good? I can't imagine being someone who didn't have faith at this time and this age that I'm at in this point in this part of my life. And our spiritual journeys are our own. But in my journey, this is where we're at. 5G going up. Fear and propaganda being spread far and wide. People being told to do the opposite of what we're here to do. Heroes jump in where they're needed. Heroes jump in and do the right thing. Damn the consequences. Oh no, man's sinful by nature. That would be why the need for redemption, and where Christians are concerned, the need for Jesus Christ. It's his sacrifice that covers our sins and allows us to move on. Without condemnation and without fear. And that's a personal experience that only each of us can choose to be a part of or not. Jesus doesn't force himself on anybody. The devil doesn't force himself on anybody. He can influence, he can tempt, he can contaminate, pervert, twist, he can accuse, he can do many things, but he cannot create, and he cannot make you or any of us say or do anything. The choice is still ours. To do good things or to do evil things. It's up to us. Heroes don't know they are heroes. That is absolutely true, which is why Richie and Mr. Mike Decker and David Yates don't like to be called such, but indeed they are. And everyone who stands up and does the right thing right now, wherever they're at, is also a hero. When you help out your fellow man, you're a hero. When you're more concerned with their welfare than your own. When a human life means something to you. And it's not just something to turn it back on and ignore. That makes you a hero. And heroes that don't want to be called heroes are even more heroic, because that means they have humility. Nothing is a big turnoff like pride misplaced and arrogance and conceit. You want people to think you're great? Then be great. Talking about how great you are just means you can talk. You want to be great? Then be it. That's right, fool me not. That's right. Ox is a good soul and a good man, and someone I'm proud to have as my friend. My experience with Ox has been nothing but good. Is he perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. Is anybody perfect? No. And we can play games and point fingers and say, well, this person did that. Knock it off. You need a slap in the mouth for even saying stuff like that. Shame on you. And what better way to defer from your own ugliness and hatred and evil and sin but to point the finger at someone else? Let's make up a lie about this person. Let's take their words out of context and draw attention to that. And yet, in doing so, you're drawing attention to yourself and showing the world how evil you are. So don't do that. That's not cool. Don't support people who do that. That's not cool. No, not perfect here, not at all, never claimed to be, and never will. I have plenty to come to God Almighty with every single day. Because sometimes I think things that aren't very nice, or do things that I know I should not do. But at the end of the day, I know I can still come to my Creator in prayer and confess my sins, talk about it, ask for forgiveness, and forgive those that have hurt me. And that's where the forgiveness comes in. And that's how we can move on and survive each day. A little hard to survive when you're burdened by guilt and you feel there's no way to get rid of it, isn't there? Well, ox, again, that would be, from the Christian standpoint at least, why there's a need for redemption, because none of us do so well on our own. When we try to go alone without divine help, well, we're all just dirty, filthy animals who are greedy, selfish, and every other sinful thing in varying degrees and in varying ways. Well, religion is not what will save you or anyone. Those were made up by men. But acting out of love, by forgiving, by praying, and by standing up for what's right. Those are good things, and they will take you to a good place. Evil, negative, hateful energy will get you nothing but evil brought upon you. Again, not by me, but you do it to yourself. I've had enough of bringing bad things on myself with negative energy I've put out. I've learned my lesson. I don't want to behave that way anymore. And I guess everybody just reaches their own point where they decide when either enough's enough or they just don't care and don't believe and keep doing what they do. Douglas Fairchild, hello, Mr. Cookies, love and support himself. A good friend of mine, a very good supporter, and someone who's helped a lot of people. I give you, Mr. Douglas Fairchild. Hello, Douglas. I love you. Douglas, oh my God, I watched that video with Dorton in those pants. Oh my goodness. Ooh la la. He'll be walking down the runway in Paris, Milan, and New York City. Mr. Project Dorton. Dorton is the proud owner of a new pair of short pants made with love by our own Douglas Fairchild. I shit you not. Go look it up, Douglas. If you want to post the link to that video in this stream, go for it. I want the world to see Project Dorton wearing the pants you made for him, sir. Throw it out there. They looked comfortable, too. Dorton looked like he was very happy wearing those, Douglas. Good job. Now, that's having fun with your art right there. That's the epitome of having fun with your art right there. Douglas did something nice for someone he loves, and they loved it, and it was just a good vibe all the way around. You're a blessing to a lot of people, Douglas, and I'm glad to know you. What kind of cookies you got today, Douglas? Is it peanut butter cookie day? Is it chocolate chip cookie day? Is it Oreos? Is it Hydrox? Remember those, Douglas? Remember Hydrox? They were better than Oreos. My grandmother always insisted on the Hydrox instead of the Oreos. Are they iced oatmeal and raisin cookies, Douglas? Are they lemon cookies? Are they ginger cookies? Are they the cookies with the macadamia nuts in them? What do you got, Douglas? There you go. Thank you, Douglas, for posting that link. Go check out that link and see his friend Dorton wearing the pair of pants that Douglas so lovingly crafted for his friend. I got a lot of laughs and smiles out of that. We all can use some laughs and smiles and positive. Douglas having fun with his art and blessing his friend with something cool. Please go check it out and give him love and support. And share it out. More people need to see fun stuff like that. And while you do that, continue to have no fear. And keep helping one another. Keep doing nice things for each other. Keep checking up on one another. You don't have to risk getting anything by making a phone call or sending a text, do you? Is that going to hurt you? You going to catch the virus if you make a phone call? Is that what we're going to come to next? Don't social distancing to the point of no contact, no contact? Is that what's next? Come on. Use your good sense, your normal, healthy living practices. Use whatever precautions. But please do keep helping people. Snickerdoodles today. Ooh, I do love a snickerdoodle. Did you make them, Douglas, or did you get them at the store? Well, you might not be able to go to the store right now. And Douglas is handy in the kitchen. He's made many a good yummy treats that Mr. Douglas has. All right, Ox, I'm going to get out of here too. Thank you all for being here. Remember to love one another even when times get tough, even when you're at odds with somebody or something. If there's love there, hang on. Love's going to show through. It can't help it but show through eventually. If it's there, it'll show through. So let it show through. Don't fight it. Remember to pray for one another. And if you don't want to pray, oh, for heaven's sake, look around you. Don't you think it's time to start? Maybe, just maybe. And if you still don't want to start, please keep up the good thoughts, remembering good times, good memories, remembering good qualities of people. Those don't change just because times get rough. Yes, it's 420. I have nothing to celebrate 420 with, but just because that is that way now doesn't mean that there won't be some again at some point. Of that I have no doubt. Remember to forgive all the way around. Benny? Well, Beneloco! Boo-boo-boo! Hello, Beneloco. I might hop on and have a little chit-chat with you. But I'm going to go for now. I love you. Thank you all for being here. Find your love victim for tonight. No, I don't mean that in a gross, disgusting way that people make fun of. What I mean is tell somebody that you love them, and you darn well know it by now. And do it with your words, not with an emoji. And show the kind of love that's kind and loving and sweet. Spare that tough love garbage and negative and all that stuff. Can that. Let's see the good stuff. And have no fear. You guys have a great rest of the day. Be safe, be careful, love one another, be kind. And God willing, I'll see you guys tonight when we have fun with our art. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. #NoFear.